Who is hiding behind the curtain? Is Alina about to walk into a deadly trap? Will Kola reveal that he can actually see before it's too late? Or will Jennifer and Jeffrey take their evil plan to the next level? Part 3 is filled with shocking twists, intense suspense, romance, betrayal, and unexpected drama that will leave you speechless. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell for more captivating African romance and Nollywood-inspired stories on Mr. Renkat Lekshak TV. The mansion was unusually quiet. Outside, the lights of Lagos sparkled beneath the night sky. Inside Kola Adeyemi's luxurious Banana Island mansion, soft golden lights reflected beautifully across the polished gray marble floors. The cream-colored leather couches sat perfectly arranged beneath the magnificent crystal chandelier, while the long white curtains gently swayed in the cool evening breeze. Yet beneath the beauty, danger was growing. The mysterious shadow, Alina walked carefully through the upstairs hallway, carrying neatly folded white towels. She suddenly stopped. Footsteps, slow, heavy, deliberate. She turned around. Nobody. She took another step. Again. Footsteps. Her heartbeat quickened. Who's there? Silence. Then, one of the long white curtains moved. A dark figure slowly stepped out. Alina gasped. Musa? The driver smiled awkwardly and raised both hands. Easy. I nearly gave myself a heart attack trying to surprise you. Alina placed a hand on her chest. Ah, Musa, you almost sent me to meet my ancestors. Musa laughed. If I wanted to scare you properly, I would have worn Madame Jennifer's perfume. Alina burst into laughter. That one is enough to wake sleeping neighbors. Both laughed quietly. Then Musa's smile faded. I'm joking because I don't want you to panic. Alina became serious. What happened? He looked around to make sure no one was listening. Be careful. Very careful. They're planning something. Who? Jennifer and Jeffrey. Alina's smile disappeared. A dangerous conversation. Inside her luxurious bedroom, Jennifer paced impatiently across the polished marble floor. Jeffrey sat comfortably on the cream sofa, sipping expensive wine. This has taken too long, Jeffrey said. Jennifer folded her arms. Kola refuses to sign. He will. We'll make him. And the maid? Jennifer's face hardened. She keeps ruining everything. Jeffrey leaned forward. Separate them. Once she's gone, the billionaire will have nobody left to trust. Jennifer smiled. I already have an idea. Hidden inside the decorative wall clock, the tiny camera silently recorded every word. The following morning, the aroma of freshly prepared akara, yam, and fried eggs filled the mansion. Alina entered the dining room carrying breakfast. Good morning, sir. Kola smiled. I can tell it's you. How? You always walk like somebody dancing to music only you can hear. She laughed. I call it confidence. I call it careful ballads. She placed the tray before him. As she reached for the teapot, her elbow accidentally touched a spoon. It spun across the marble floor. Both looked in its direction. Alina sighed dramatically. Even the spoon wants to resign. Kola laughed. If the spoon resigns, who will stir my tea? I'll interview another spoon. What qualifications? It must survive this house. Both laughed. Standing near the dining entrance, Jennifer watched with burning jealousy. They've become comedians together. The invitation. That afternoon, Jennifer walked into Kola's private study, carrying another elegant leather folder. My love, I've arranged a meeting with some directors. Kola tilted his head. Without informing me? I wanted to reduce your stress. I appreciate that, but every meeting concerning my company goes through me. Jennifer forced a smile. Of course. She quietly left the room. Outside, Jeffrey was waiting. He still refuses? She nodded angrily. He doesn't trust me anymore. Jeffrey smiled coldly. Good. Then we'll make him believe he has no choice. Later that evening, Kola and Alina stood on the upstairs balcony, overlooking the glittering Lagos skyline. The cool breeze gently moved the long white curtains behind them. For several moments, neither spoke. Finally, Kola broke the silence. Alina. Yes, sir? Why haven't you left? She looked surprised. Left? You've seen nothing but arguments and trouble since you started working here. She smiled softly. My mother always told me something. What did she say? Character is revealed when life becomes difficult. She looked at Kola. So why should I leave when you need kindness the most? Her words touched him deeply. Although he pretended not to see, he wished he could look into her eyes at that moment. Unknown to them, Jennifer stood inside the balcony doorway. She watched Alina gently adjust Kola's jacket. Jealousy burned like fire. She whispered, I've had enough. The evidence grows. Meanwhile, inside the hidden security room, Musa replayed the newest recordings. Jeffrey's voice echoed clearly. We'll pressure him until he signs. Jennifer replied, and once everything is transferred, we're leaving Nigeria. Musa smiled. This is enough to expose them. Kola slowly shook his head. Not yet. They're becoming careless. The truth is revealing itself. He paused before adding, but from today, nobody lets Alina walk through this house alone. Musa nodded immediately. Consider it done, sir. Just before midnight, a black luxury SUV quietly stopped outside the mansion gate. One man stepped out wearing a dark suit and carrying a slim briefcase. He showed something to the security guards. Within seconds, the gates slowly opened. From an upstairs window, Jennifer smiled. Perfect, she whispered. The final phase begins tonight. But hidden in the shadows nearby, Musa had already seen the mysterious visitor. He immediately reached for his phone. Olga, we have an unexpected guest. The following morning, the first rays of sunlight streamed through the long white curtains of Kola Adeyemi's magnificent Banana Island mansion. The luxurious living room looked breathtaking. Gold decorative panels reflected the morning light. The cream-colored leather couches surrounded a white marble center table, and the sparkling crystal chandelier illuminated every corner of the elegant gold, cream, white, and gray interior. Everything appeared peaceful. But today, everything would change. Kola makes his decision. Inside his private bedroom, Kola adjusted the dark sunglasses covering the bandages over his eyes. Musa entered quietly and locked the door. Olga. The cameras recorded another conversation. Kola smiled. Did they become even more confident? Musa nodded. They're celebrating already. They believe you've lost. Kola chuckled softly. Good. The more confident they become, the less careful they'll be. Musa looked concerned. So what's the plan today? Kola stood up. Today, I'll agree to sign. Musa's eyes widened. Sir, they've been waiting for this moment. I'll give it to them, but before they can celebrate, I'll end the game. Alina's concern. Meanwhile, Alina prepared breakfast in the luxurious kitchen. The aroma of freshly baked bread, scrambled eggs, fried plantain, and hot chocolate filled the air. She looked unusually quiet. One of the cooks noticed, You've hardly smiled today. Alina sighed. My heart feels heavy. I don't know why. The elderly cook smiled gently. Sometimes God warns us to stay alert. She nodded. I'll keep praying. Upstairs, Jennifer stood before her dressing mirror wearing an elegant white designer gown. Jeffrey adjusted his black suit. Today's the day. Jennifer smiled confidently. Kola will sign everything, and once the transfer begins, we disappear. Jeffrey laughed. I've already booked our tickets. Jennifer walked over and hugged him. We're finally getting everything we've dreamed of. Hidden inside the decorative flower vase, the tiny camera captured every second. The living room showdown, late that morning. Everyone gathered in the magnificent living room. The cream-colored couches surrounded the elegant white marble table. The long white curtains framed the bright Lego skyline outside. Jennifer placed a thick leather file on the table. My love, these are the final documents. Kola slowly reached forward. I've thought about it. Jennifer smiled. And? I'll sign, Kola said. Her eyes sparkled with excitement. Jeffrey exchanged a victorious glance with her. This is wonderful. Alina entered carrying a tray of tea. She immediately noticed the documents. Her heart sank. Sir, please, can I read them first? Jennifer quickly snatched the file away. No. Alina remained calm. Madam, I'm only trying to help. Jeffrey stepped between them. You've helped enough. Alina stood her ground. I'm not leaving until I know what he's signing. The room became silent. Trying to reduce the tension, Musa walked in carrying a tray of bottled water. He accidentally tripped over the edge of a rug. The bottles rolled across the marble floor. Oh no! He chased one bottle across the room. The housekeepers burst into laughter. Musa finally caught it and raised it triumphantly. Nobody escapes from Musa. Even Kola laughed. Alina covered her mouth, giggling. Jennifer glared at everyone. Must everything become entertainment? Musa scratched his head. Madam, even stress needs small holiday. The staff struggled to stop laughing. The trap closes. Jennifer placed the pen firmly into Kola's hand. My love, just sign here. Kola lowered the pen. He intentionally signed the first page. Jennifer smiled proudly. Then the second. Jeffrey quietly celebrated. This is it. Just as Kola moved toward the final signature, his phone vibrated. Musa quickly answered, Sir, it's Barrister Femi. Kola smiled. Put him on speaker. The lawyer's voice echoed through the room. Good morning, sir. I've just reviewed the electronic copies of those documents. Kola remained calm. And? They're fraudulent. They transfer control of your companies, investment accounts, and several private assets. The entire room became silent. Jennifer froze. Jeffrey's confident smile disappeared. Alina slowly closed her eyes in relief. Jennifer forced a laugh. There must be some misunderstanding. The lawyer replied, There is no misunderstanding. I've also informed the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission that suspicious documents were prepared using forged corporate authorizations. Jeffrey looked nervously toward the front door. Jennifer whispered, What do we do? Jeffrey answered quietly, Stay calm. But neither of them noticed. Musa had already locked the mansion doors electronically. That evening, the tension inside the mansion had eased slightly. Kola and Alina stood together on the upstairs balcony, overlooking the glittering Lagos skyline. The breeze gently moved the white curtains behind them. Alina smiled. I believed the truth would come out. Kola nodded. So did I. He turned slightly toward her voice. Thank you for never giving up on me. She smiled warmly. I was only doing what anyone with a heart would do. Kola quietly replied, No, you were doing what only you chose to do. For a long moment, neither spoke. Their silence said more than words ever could. From inside the house, Jennifer watched them through the glass doors. Her jealousy reached its peak. If I can't have him, she whispered bitterly, then nobody will. Beside her, Jeffrey quietly picked up the lever folder. His face became cold. We're out of time. Tomorrow, we force the final move. Neither of them realized the hidden cameras had captured every conversation, every lie, every act of deception, every plan. And by the following day, Kola intended to reveal the greatest secret of all. The following morning, the magnificent Kola Adeyemi mansion was filled with an unusual silence. Golden sunlight streamed through the long white curtains, illuminating the luxurious living room. The gold decorative panels sparkled against the creamy white walls, while the crystal chandelier reflected dazzling light across the polished gray marble floor. The elegant cream-colored leather couches surrounded a white marble center table, beautifully decorated with fresh white lilies. It looked like another peaceful morning. But everyone inside the mansion was about to witness a truth that would change their lives forever. The final documents. Jennifer walked confidently into the living room, wearing an elegant designer dress. Jeffrey followed closely behind, carrying a black leather briefcase. Alina was helping Kola eat breakfast on one of the cream-colored sofas. She smiled warmly. Sir, one more spoon. Kola laughed. If you feed me any more, I'll become the richest man with the biggest stomach. Alina giggled. I'll simply tell everyone it's billionaire prosperity. Even Musa laughed. Jennifer rolled her eyes. Can we focus? She placed another file on the marble table. Kola, these are the corrected documents. Our lawyer has reviewed everything. Jeffrey nodded confidently. All you need is one final signature. Kola slowly stretched out his hand. Bring them. Alina immediately reached for the file. As usual, I'll read them first. Jennifer quickly pulled the file away. You have no right. Alina calmly replied, I have every right to protect my boss. Jeffrey stepped forward. Enough. He grabbed Alina's wrist. Move aside. Alina struggled. Leave me. Musa immediately stepped forward. Remove your hand from her. The room erupted into shouting. The moment everything changed. Kola slowly stood up. He removed the spoon from his hand. Then, to everyone's surprise, he calmly reached for the documents without anyone guiding him. He placed them neatly on the table. Silence. Jennifer frowned. Jeffrey stared. Alina looked confused. Then, Kola slowly removed the dark sunglasses from his face. He untied the white bandages covering his eyes. One by one they fell onto the marble floor. He slowly opened his eyes. They were perfectly healthy. He looked directly at Jennifer. I can see. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. The silence became deafening. Jennifer's face turned pale. Her lips trembled. No. Jeffrey stepped backward. That's impossible. Kola looked calmly at both of them. I was never blind. I only pretended. Jennifer collapsed onto one of the cream-colored couches. You lied to me? Kola answered quietly. No, I tested you. She shook her head repeatedly. Why? Because I needed to know whether you loved me, or my money. Tears filled her eyes. Kola, I can explain. He smiled sadly. No, the hidden cameras already explained everything. Jeffrey froze. Musa switched on the giant television mounted on the living room wall. The recordings began to play. Everyone watched in complete silence. Jennifer discussing the transfer of Kola's wealth. Jeffrey planning to leave Nigeria after taking the money. Their conversations about deceiving Kola. Their plans to remove Alina from his life. Every lie, every betrayal, every conspiracy, everything had been recorded. Jeffrey's face lost all color. Jennifer burst into tears. No, this can't be happening. The final attempt. Jeffrey suddenly dashed toward the front door. I'm leaving. Before he could reach it, the main entrance opened. Several police officers walked in with Kola's lawyer. The lead officer spoke firmly. Mr. Jeffrey, you are under arrest on suspicion of fraud, conspiracy, and related financial offenses. Jeffrey froze. Two officers calmly escorted him away. Jennifer stood crying. Kola, please forgive me. I made mistakes. Kola looked at her with disappointment. Mistakes happen once. You made choices over and over again. You chose greed. You chose betrayal. You chose lies. She lowered her head in shame. Without another word, she quietly walked out of the mansion. For the first time, she owned nothing but regret. A new beginning. Weeks later, peace returned to the mansion. The luxurious living room once again echoed with laughter instead of arguments. The staff looked happier. Even the flowers seemed brighter. One afternoon, Kola invited Alina to the upstairs balcony overlooking the Lagos skyline. The evening sun painted the city in beautiful shades of gold. A gentle breeze moved the long white curtains behind them. Kola smiled. Alina, yes, sir? He took a small velvet box from his pocket. She looked surprised. What is that? He slowly opened it. Inside was a beautiful diamond engagement ring. From the day everyone believed I had lost everything, you stayed. You never asked about my money. You never asked for my company. You only asked whether I had eaten. Alina smiled through tears. You deserved kindness. Kola gently held her hands. You gave me peace when my life was full of chaos. You gave me hope when everyone else gave me fear. He took a deep breath. Will you marry me? Alina covered her mouth. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She laughed softly. Sir, you've always asked difficult questions. Kola smiled. So, what's your answer? She nodded happily. Yes, 1,000 times yes. The household staff who had secretly gathered nearby burst into applause. Musa wiped away a tear. Our Oga has finally chosen the correct wife. Everyone laughed. 1 year later, the magnificent mansion was decorated for celebration. Gold and white flowers filled the grand hall. Family, friends, and business associates gathered to celebrate Kola and Alina's first wedding anniversary. Their home had become a place of love, laughter, and respect. A few months later, their joy doubled. Alina gave birth to healthy twins, a baby boy and a baby girl. As Kola carried both children in his arms, he smiled gratefully. The greatest wealth I ever found was never money. It was genuine love. Outside, the Lagos sunset painted the sky with brilliant shades of orange and gold. Inside the mansion, laughter echoed through every room. And at last, Kola understood that true love is not proven by wealth, but by loyalty, compassion, and unwavering support during life's darkest moments. Moral lesson: true love remains when wealth, comfort, and success are uncertain. Greed and deception may promise quick rewards, but honesty, loyalty, and kindness build the happiest future.